I read Misery by Stephen King. I want to talk about it. Misery by Stephen King is not a new novel, so many of you are probably familiar with it or have seen the movie. And the book is really not that much different from the movie. It follows a fictional author named Paul Sheldon, who is renowned for his book series around the title character Misery Chastain. He recently finished a novel that was not misery related, and he was very excited. And instead of taking his flight, he decides he's going to drive to his next destination. And on that drive, he gets caught in a snowstorm and wrecks his car. And he gets rescued by this woman named Annie Wilkes. Annie Wilkes is a huge Paul Sheldon fan, loves the Misery series. But instead of taking him to the hospital, she takes him back to her cabin. She doesn't notify anybody. She just treats him there. And he finds out that she has ulterior motives. While he was out recuperating from his injuries, she read through his manuscript and hated it. She's mad at him for his last Misery novel because he killed off the main character Misery because he wanted to be done with the Misery series, or so he thought. And she decides to hold this crippled Paul Sheldon essentially just hostage in her cabin and force him to write a new Misery novel to bring her back to life. That's basically what happens in the movie as well. So if you've seen the movie, got it. A lot of people seem to really like this book. I didn't dislike it, but it is not my favorite Stephen King novel. It was fine. There were definitely some very high tension, like good parts. But especially early on, some of it felt like just a lot of free form thought writing. Like Paul Sheldon was drugged and laying in bed, and it was just streams of consciousness, and I didn't love those. Um, there are also chapters in this book that are just written that are part of the Misery novel that he's writing, and I didn't really care about any of that. I didn't need to read that. So those weren't very interesting to me. Um, so early on, also in sort of the first half, it felt like there was a lot of like he was in pain, he needs his medicine, he's waiting, she comes in, gives him medicine, he goes to sleep, and then it happens again, and it happens again. It's like it just felt a little bit repetitive. It really picked up more for me in the second half of the book. I would still definitely say it's worth a read. I mean, it's one of Stephen King's more well-known novels for a reason, right? It's not bad by any means. I would give it like a on my scale, I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely worth a read. Definitely worth having on your bookshelf. This one I may want to revisit at some point. I'm not going to read it every year, but I might give it another once over. It was good enough that I think it would warrant that if I'm in the mood. Yeah, that's Misery by Stephen King. What do you guys think? Did you read it? How do you rate it on his list of novels? I would put Pet Cemetery, Salem's Lot, Needful Things. I loved Needful Things, and I never hear anyone talk about it. But I love Needful Things. So I definitely have my like top tier Stephen King. There are some I haven't read yet. There are some I just have no interest in reading. I wanted to read Misery, and I'm glad I did. But again, yeah, it's kind of mid for my Stephen King tier list. It's not great, not horrible, worth a read, but it's not going to change your life. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next time.